We are just days away from the official start of spring, and I don't know about you, there's just like this switch that goes off that when it's finally not winter anymore and spring rushes in, whether it feels like it outside or not, for me, it just feels more like lawn season is really upon us. Second winter, that's what's upon us right now. It is cold again, but that will soon change. Hey, appreciate you being here, joining me for another episode of Budget Lawns. If you find this information helpful at all, please give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, so last week we did a little tip video about watering in or not watering in your fertilizers and weed control products. I'll leave a link for that down in the description, but I want to add a couple things for you today, because towards the end of that video we started talking about the timing of all those things, and sometimes even though it's getting close to spring and it's almost lawn season, it doesn't exactly mean that that is the time to do everything you're hearing about here on YouTube or somewhere else online. So first I want to hit on fertilization and your weed control. Okay, now mainly I am talking about Bermuda grass lawns, a warm season grass. For me, I have it here in the transition zone, but it doesn't really matter where you're at with Bermuda grass. When it comes to fertilization, especially that fertilization that you'll use to kick off your season in the spring, you want to make sure you time that right, because if you don't, you're just wasting your time and money. Don't even think about applying a fertilizer to your Bermuda grass lawn until it has greened up to about 75 to 80% out of dormancy. Now, for some people that might be a little bit too much. They may say you can go somewhere around the 50% mark, but for me, I like it to be pretty nice and greened up before I apply any fertilizer to the lawn in spring. Because if you do apply it and you don't see much green in the lawn, you are feeding just dormant Bermuda grass. There's nothing there green and growing actively that will even use those nutrients contained in the fertilizer. So basically you've just thrown your money and time away. Sometimes you'll hear online that folks are going to throw a bag of fertilizer on the lawn to help wake it up faster. It's just not the case, okay? You're fertilizing a plant that is growing, and if you're fertilizing a Bermuda grass lawn that's still dormant, that's all you're fertilizing, not green, growing Bermuda grass. So hang tight, time that out when your Bermuda grass is greened up about 75 to 80%. Okay, and this one kind of is in the same category as that other video we did last week, but we're going to talk mainly about your post-emergent herbicides to kill weeds, because when you come out of winter, you're going to start seeing some green pop up, especially if you've got that dormant Bermuda lawn. All those winter weeds stick out like a sore thumb. But I am here to encourage you not to run out right away while those temperatures are still cool, especially at night, and those daytime highs just aren't that warm yet. Yes, I know it's frustrating. You see that green in your lawn and it's not supposed to be there. But I would tell you to just hang tight. Try to time your post-emergent applications of weed killer a little bit later in the spring, once things have warmed up quite a bit more. I don't like applying a post-emergent herbicide to kill weeds until those daytime highs are really nice and warm up in the upper 70s and lower 80s, because that's when those weeds are still really actively growing. It hasn't gotten hot enough yet to kill off those winter weeds. And that's when they're going to take up that weed killer the best. They'll get that weed killer soaking into the leaves. It'll go down into the root system where it's trying to grow later in the spring. And it will have a better success rate of killing those things off if you just hang tight when those temperatures get a tad bit warmer. A couple other tips on that. Don't mow right before you apply. Let there be a nice big weed there to spray your product on. And then don't mow soon after applying. Let it sit for a couple days. Same thing goes with getting any water on it. Try to leave it dry. Try to let it sit for a couple days. And just let the weed killer do what it's supposed to do. All right, there's 2 down. Let's do 2 more. Okay, this next one, everybody's already wondering because they've got this bumpy mess of a lawn and they just can't fathom going through another season without throwing a bunch of masonry sand on it and getting that sucker smoothed out. But you don't want to do that early in the spring. You want to wait till that Bermuda grass is actively, vigorously growing like gangbusters. Now, sometimes that can be in July, and sometimes in July it can be unbearably hot. So here's how I deal with that. When I level my lawn, I try to take care of that sometime in the 2nd week of June. That's typically a time where the grass is really getting moving with daytime highs in the 80s, creeping up into the 90s with overnight lows steady in the 60s. And even though that's not like the hot temperatures that really send the Bermuda running, it's still growing very actively and vigorously at that part of the season in June. I've done it later in July where it was just unbearably hot, and I told myself never again, even though the grass was growing fast, I am not putting my body through that during July ever again. So June, I like to do it in June. Of course, timing your leveling out is going to be dependent upon your location. If you're further south, it's going to be growing actively and vigorously much sooner than it will the further north you go. The key to remember here is don't think about leveling your lawn, especially early in the spring when it's not all the way greened up yet. You don't want to add sand to the lawn and slow that process down. So hang tight a little bit there. Are you noticing kind of a theme here with a lot of this? Just hang tight on most things. Timing matters, it really does. And it matters for this last tip as well. Much like leveling your lawn with sand, if you're thinking about aerating your lawn this season, punching a bunch of holes in it to get more airflow and allow a not so compacted of a soil to absorb more nutrients and water and fertilizer and all that jazz. If you're thinking about doing that this season, hang tight for that as well. Just like leveling with sand, you want that lawn, that Bermuda grass, to be actively growing and vigorously growing in those hotter late spring to early summer months, because when you do that, both of those tasks really put a lot of stress and quite a beating on the lawn. So if you just wait till that Bermuda grass is going crazy, you will see your recovery time decrease significantly, and you'll go from a lawn that really kind of looks like a mess for a short period back to normal in no time. So hang tight on those. I promise you, if you just hang tight a little bit on your fertilizer, your post-emergent weed killer, your sand leveling, or your aeration, you'll see the results you want to see in a lot less time as opposed to having to drag it out. All right, my friends, that's going to do it for this edition of Budget Lawns. I hope you'll consider joining me and my friend Joe from Waterboy Productions every Tuesday night here on Budget Lawns, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. We go live to talk about things from lawns to life, from sports to music. If you're into all that kind of stuff, please join us. We hope to see you then, and I hope to see you here in the next one.